The number of shootings that continue to rise in connection with transgenderism, this really wild thing we're seeing with so many shootings being linked to transgenderism, in particular in a society that wants to turn a blind eye and pretend there is no connection. We're going to break into this inside file today with Debbie Georgianni and Cy Kellett. Let's get into that now.
And I think every time we do this segment where faith meets the facts, my blood pressure goes sky high. And here's another one for Listen, I'm not an expert in this, but like I said, I've been a life coach for over 20 years. Quite honestly, if you use technology, if you're near any radiation, we probably all have a little bit of mental illness in us at this point. So we need to stop that and remove those labels. We say mental illness at times, but we really call it brain health issues. We're trying to remove that stigma.
The fact that you say trans woman, and people our age often don't, we have to do a math problem. We don't know what you're talking about. We have to go back, and I when someone says trans woman, the way you understand what they're saying is just replace the word trans with nada. And so not a woman is what we're talking about. This is what demons do. They love to tempt us into thinking we can rewire reality just with our words.
And it just drives me crazy the way the woke culture is just spinning things and trying to convince us of things. And I was told by a Catholic radio listener that was fake news. I pulled this from Fox News, the hormone therapy and all that transition, medical procedures or whatever he started or however where he was. Do we know if he couldn't have fully transitioned at 18, could he have?
This is one of those. I would think no. It would appear no.
So maybe just hormones or something of that nature, just to get this boy to feel like they were more like a girl.
Yeah, they ran into ideological medicine. This is all foolishness. This is demonic foolishness.
Okay, we're going to hold it there. Yes, our blood pressure is sky high, but we'll be back.
It might seem confusing to combine a conversation about mental or brain illness with a conversation about sin, but in reality, in sin, we are disrupting the order that God has created, the order that God has designed. The shooter in Canada was essentially fatherless. He was abandoned by his father. It's no surprise that he struggled with his masculinity, with his identity as a boy. If my son, Augustine, were to say to me,
"Daddy, I think I'm a girl,"
it would be my duty to say, "My son, you're not."
That was beautifully said.